Hello and welcome. I am Dr. Anil Joshi. Welcome you to my series Iconological and Temple Architecture Perspectives. In the contest, today we are going to visit Hoyasala Temple at Halebidu. It is in Hassan district of Karnataka, India, and today's topic is mainly concentrating on the external beauties or appearance of the Hoyasala temple. Why so much division or so many lectures on the same temple is because we want to cover it in proper ways. And since the topic is extensive, we have to divide the topic into multiple subsessions. We are divided into the internal appearances, external appearances. This also we have divided into three topics. One thing about the temple surrounding. Second is around Hoyasala temple. And third is as far as the remaining part of the temple is concerned. So that's how extensive the topic is, and we are going to cover it in these stages. Now let's get going to the topic itself. Now to start with is Ganesh Vandana. We have to worship Ganesha and we have to start the project. Now we are going to see the external appearance. What we suggest is, as soon as you see the temple, you follow the circumambulatory path. The reason is, if we follow that, you will see the temple, its beauties from outside aspect. So that is what I have done. And it is not enough to take one round, but you have to take 2 or 3 rounds to understand all the level sculptures and to videograph them or to photograph them. So let's get going. But not before we disclaim. Most of the material here, the videography, photography is my personal. I have gone personally and taken it. And as far as descriptive discussions are concerned, or descriptions are concerned, I have taken it from the public domain, which is free of royalties. I acknowledge with thanks from those whom I have got it. Now let's come to this. The first one is the entrance of the Hoyasala temple. The lower one are the few wall panels. Then is the emblem of Hoyasala. It is interesting to know what that emblem means. It shows a tiger and it shows a boy killing it. So there is a story behind it. There was a Gurukul. Gurukul is where the boys goes and study. So Sala was a boy who was studying with his guru. Now one day a tiger came. The moment the tiger came, a guru shouted, Sala, that is the name of this boy, kill him. That is Hoyasala. That's how the name came into existence. But Guru he was knowing that this boy is brave. And when the boy killed the tiger, everybody was convinced that he is going to be a great fighter, great man, great warrior. And he was the founder of Hoyasala Empire. Now the important part of the entrance is Makara Torana. We are going to see in detail about this Makara Toranas. And the last one was the map of the temple, which describes it, how it is. It's basically a twin temple. So a larger temple built by king and a smaller one was by his queen. So these two are neighboring each other. Now let's come to the Hoyasala style. The design of Hoyasala temple exterior wall is divided into 3 parts. One of the bottom are the 8 sculpture phrases, horizontal band of imaging depicting elephants, that is a strength and a power, lions, then horses and makaras. Then there is a ethical creature with combination of makara and crocodile. Then makara is a crocodile and elephant. And there are some geese also. That is what we call as hansa. Now above them is a succession of a large figure images carved into blocks more than 5 feet in height, representing Hindu deities, divine musicians, dancers and other celestial beings. Along the top are the schematic images of temple towers supported on pillars, separated from the figures below by an overhanging ears carved in a motif of the jewel garlands. This three-part design is seen on the western, northern and southern side of the temple and the central section of the eastern wall. Most of these eastern side stones screens are filled with space between the narrative phrases and the roof lines. So that is roughly what we are describing. Though you might find it difficulty in understanding this, but once you see the diagrams, once you see the photographs, it's easy to understand. When the Hoyasala temple was built, this design was totally new. They were first to introduce this. Same temple built later in Hoyasala kingdom, such as Keshava temple, they call it Channa Keshava, handsome Keshava temple at Somanathapura and Ballur exhibit the same three-part designs, in particularly that of the Somanathapura. Now Ballur, Halebidu and Somanathapura, these three together are awarded as the UNESCO. That is, they are not important for India, but they are important for full world. They become the World Heritage. This represent one of the variety of Hoyasala temple styles. The prominent figures lining the temple exterior wall are the hallmark of the Hoyasala style. Before the early 12th century, this kind of images were absent in all the temples or any of the temples. So these people, Hoyasala people, were pioneer as far as introducing this style is concerned, and that's why this is called as the Hoyasala style. It is important not only this temple architecture, not only iconology, but all point of view, these are important. Now a double temple of Shiva, double temples are rare. The Hoyasala temple is actually a double temple of Shiva. While it is a single unified building, it was designed as two temples standing side by side, joined by a common wall. Each side has a sanctum that enriches linga, a symbol of the Shiva, which is usually a representative of Shiva. It is called as a Shiva linga, and whenever there is a Shiva temple, it symbolizes in the lingam form. There are Hindu gods and goddesses. They are also presented in the images which represent on the outside panels. Because of the infinite nature of the divine, the deities can manifest in more than one place at once. Directly in front of each sanctum is a small chamber called as entra. This intermittently space connects the sanctum to the 9-bay hall called Rangamandapa, with a circular platform in the center of the floor made for the dances and people to perform the social activities. Slightly raised, this platform may hence have a function as the stage for the common man's or public functions on auspicious days. The Ranga Mandapa also accommodate devotees visiting the temple for darshana and also to spend some time here so that they can get peace of mind. As far as Garbhagriha is concerned, only priest can enter the sanctum to present the offerings which are brought by the followers like fruits, milk, vegetables, etc. Devotees can bring oil also to lead the lamps. So that is as far as the devotees are concerned. They can bring puja sahityas with them, which includes milk, flowers. So also they can bring oil to lead the lamp, and they can offer here. But in sanctum, only priest is allowed. Occasionally some devotees are allowed in certain temples. The shrine of the multiple deities. Smaller shrine in line in the temple inferior wall on the western side of the Ranga Mandapa are of the shrines of the multiple deities, and at the midpoint of the hall that connects them, the shrines are built by that houses various gods and goddesses. But the sculpture and the decoration of even the small shrines are wonderful. Shiva may have been most important god of the Hoyasala temple, but he was not only the deity to be worshipped. In this temple, you will find a lot of other deities also, which has got small shrines, but they are also worshipped. So he was the main deity, as well as there were another gods and deities also. Directly to the east of the enclosed temple, within the open pavilion, are the two large bulls. So if it is a twin Shiva temple, there has to be two Nandis. So the two Nandi mandapas are there side by side, one larger, one smaller. The larger is for the larger temple, smaller is for the queen's temple, that is smaller in size. It is typically a Vahana, and he always faces Shiva. So whenever you go for a temple of the Shiva, before taking darshanam of the Shiva, you will have to cross Nandi and take the darshan of Nandi, worship him, and then go to Shiva. That is always a practice in any of the Shaivism or Shiva temple. So here there are two Nandis, but they are extremely well decorated, and they are really a masterpiece in art. And if you can observe one, the Nandi is always towards the Shiva, and you have to take first darshan of Nandi, then only you are allowed to go inside. Now here the Nandi is so well decorated, and most important is the body posture of Nandi. He is slightly inclined to one side. We are going to describe all these things, and is highly or enrichedly ornated. Behind the southern Nandi, another shrine houses a standing male figure wearing elaborate jewelry holding two lotuses. Now, jewelry, two lotuses, has to be God Surya. So why God Surya is for the Shaktism. We have seen Vaishnavism, we have seen Shaivism, and now here Shaktism is represented by a God Surya, those who worship power. These 7 galloping horses, he has got a chariot which has got 7 horses. Then, who are his consorts? Sandhya and Usha are the 2 wives. So Surya is always with, or most of the time with Sandhya, Usha, and Aruna is his chariot driver. He drives the chariot. In Kannada, you will find a lot of temples which are combination of Shiva temple, and along with it are the Surya temple. But all type of worshippers, whether you are worshipping Shiva, whether you are worshipping God Vishnu or Sun, that is a power, they all are same and they may coexist in many of the temple. Now, an elaborately carved panel above the temple's southern doorway bears an inscription. Now, why we should give importance to the inscriptions? Because we get correct information of that age as far as who is the person who has constructed it, who were the artists, what was the contribution by the king, by the visitors, all are written on inscription. And most important thing, it gives us a date on which the temple is constructed and what is the name of the artist, sculpture, everything is written there. Then 2 makaras with exorbitantly curved frames in the composition are seen in the center of the Shiva. Identify his trident. Shiva is identified with a trident, that is Trishula. So that is identification of God. Shiva is identified with the trident. And Shiva temple is identified with a Nandi. Some of the large figure blocks tell stories too. One particular detail depicts Krishna holding up Mount Govardhana to shelter his community from the torrential rain. Now, once you are seeing this, we'll come to the picture and I'll tell you, when they carve something, they carve to its best. They carve cows, they carve rain, they carve snakes also, and also the Govardhan Parvat which he has lifted has got a hunter. So marvelous. This representation of episode is from Krishna Purana or from the Bhagavad Purana. So that is lifting of mountain, that is Govardhan Parvat, which has got monkeys, birds, everything you will see in the sculpture. So also there are different type of trees, and as I told you, one hunter aiming at a boar, wild boar. Now snakes are also there. Now look at the wonder and beauties. Then you can see Krishna as a musician playing with a flute, and when he plays with a flute, that basari, you will see a lot of cows. They gather around him, and he also gives them a shelter from the storm. Then walking around Hoyasala temple, you will meet many of the different deities, different scenes, and different types of architect. Now, simple thing like elephant, if you see, there are thousands of elephants carved there, but they are different. Now, nearly every surface of the Hoyasala temple is covered in a finely detailed sculpture. Deities wearing gem and pearls, studded from necklaces and other jewelry, getting curled veins, inserting leafy tendrils and tiny fingers. So every detail is shown on the pictures. Now there are narrative phrases which shows various episodes of great episodes of Indian history of Ramayana and Mahabharata. These are the two great epics. So you get lot of phrases showing you scenes of them. The story of Krishna which I told you. Then there are stories from Bhagavata Puranas also, and there are also pictures of war. Now this is the temple architecture. We acknowledge with thanks the public domain map. Now this is the exterior. It's a beautiful, it's a garden, and you will see a fountain. Now once you are little outside the temple, you can find some of the structures they are found in the premises. They are called pillars. Now what is important for us is how a stone is made into the square also, in the circle also, concentric circles also, and how they have carved ornamentation also on it. Look at this. The tree has decided to support it. These are called as lathe turn. Not because they are turned on lathe, but as though they are turned on lathe. Lathe was not there. Now what you have to appreciate here is they did not have much with them to carve. Here you have to appreciate are the two Dwarapalas and Makara Toranas. Look at the beauty. Look at the beauty of the Dwarapalas. Dwarapalas are not doorkeepers. They are usually there, and according to them you can find out the deity inside. Now this is a comparative of Bellur. So this temple is not of Halebidu, this is of the Bellur, but I have given it for the comparison. This is Nandi Mandapam. These are the two sides of entrances. can say Dwarapalas. Look how beautifully they are carved. Just marvelous. You will just appreciate the beauties of them. This is a side view of the same temple. This is another mandapam which you can see on the east side. Actually, the main entrance they are given is from the north side. So once you come inside, you will see a lake and a entrance facing towards that east side. This will give you idea that how the two temples are connected. Since we are seeing only the temples externally, first we are seeing them grossly, and then we'll see in each and every details of the iconography. Here you are seeing Vishnu avatars, that is Narasimha and another deities. All the phrases, you are seeing some wars, some designs. This is going to be a very extensive lecture. We are going to see a lot of pictures, lot of photographs. Each and every wall of the temple, each and every corner of the temple is covered by us. Here you are seeing an imaginary animal, combination of elephant and crocodile. And you are seeing musicians. Now see, lowermost are the elephants, then are the horses, then are the common men, and then are the from the epics of Ramayana and Mahabharata. We are going to see them, each and every sculpture, each and every panel, and each and every detail we are going to see very shortly. Look, not even a single inch. Now here mainly we are seeing the horses and warriors. Not even a single inch is left. See how nicely they are carved, how nicely. And fortunately, everything is well preserved. Why? There are two things. One thing, it is in the soft stone. That stone is bit soft when you carve, but as the days goes, it becomes more and more harder. Now here see, you are seeing a lot of phrases. You are seeing musicians, you are seeing different animals, you are seeing horses, you are seeing warriors. Here again the social functions, all almost same panel. Look same but they are different. Now here also you are seeing so many. Now lower phases of the animals, and as you go high, then there will be deities. See the beauty in art, how nicely, how intricately, mind-blowing. Just no words to describe it. Wherever you feel like, you can pause it, you can see it in more detail, you can appreciate the beauties, and you have to imagine the time when it was carved. They had a very primitive instruments with them. If you are seeing a pair of deities, like here, if they are on a Nandi, then they are usually Lord Shiva and Parvati. Now here the interesting is Ravana. Look at this sculpture. The Ravana is lifting Kailash Parvat. Now if you see the Kailash Parvat, you know what intricately it is carved. It has got a banana tree, it has got trees, it has got plants, it has got animals, everything has been there. And how nicely, he has lifted the mountain. And you can see the details of it. Each and every component, each and every minute detail. I think this is one of the best carvings. Best carving. See here how beautifully it is carved. Again, Shiva Parvati. Then you are seeing Ravana lifting Kailasha Parvat. To the side, another deities, different, another phrases. Some are of the deities, some are of the common people. Many of them will be now seen as the war. Some are the just designs. Now we are coming to corner. Now Lakshmi, Vishnu are also there. How to identify them? One thing I told you is a vehicle, and second is Vishnu is Shankha Chakra Gada. So if you are finding these three here, then you can be sure he is the Lord Vishnu. And another is Lakshmi. So that's how how to identify is from that. And secondly, the images which are highly ornated are usually Lakshmi Vishnu. Now this is the Varaha avatar. This was the reincarnation of Vishnu where he has saved Mother Earth. So you can see it here that he has taken the Varaha avatar of Vishnu saving Earth. So like that there are a lot of Puranic and stories from Ramayana and Mahabharata, they are covered here. The temples are sometimes reflected as encyclopedia. Earlier there was no way of education. Now these were the only thing by which their stories were transferred from generation to generation and they were preserved. Now here I want to appreciate you the thread. See, this is actually the ornaments, but if you can see here, look at this. There's space here. There is a space here. You have to appreciate the space here. Look at this. Look at this beauty. And mind this, the ropes are made in stone. In stone they have made this rope or the ornaments. Some of them are damages. They are damaged. Now these are in multiple layers. I have to show you each and every layer. So it is going to be very extensive. There are many more photographs which we are giving in this lecture. And also there are videos available on same topic with same narrations. The difference between photograph and videograph is, in photograph you can minutely observe a particular detail in certain things, and when you see a video you can appreciate overall. Now here it is not possible to appreciate overall. It is only possible to appreciate pinpoint. So you have to combine these two to come to, this is Narasimha avatar. Narasimha, face like lion, and he has taken the demon Hiranyakashipu on his lap and torn him. If you know the myths, the stories, you will enjoy the sculptures more. Now this is the war scenes. You can see the war, chariot, then the arrows being showered. Here the interesting part is, you will see in these missiles, you will see in it the war techniques when one arrow can get splayed into the multiple arrows. So when it will start, it will be a single arrow, but when it will Go ahead, there will be a shower of arrows. Then you can see helmets, people wearing helmet here. So that's one good thing here. Here you will find a person sitting on the elephant with a telescope. So all interesting features. What was there at that time? Helmets were there, telescope was there. I don't know, something looks like missile, what it is. It was missile or something else. Then there were techniques, something as once when you fire, it is a single. When it approaches a target, it gets divided into multiple. So these techniques we really don't know. They are shown here. They are shown means they has to be there. But it is difficult to believe how they were at that time. These are the musicians. Thousands and thousands of pictures. And to our best fortune, most of them are well preserved. Now this is again a lion. They have made emblem out of it. I told you the story. Hoyasala, how the name came, what is the meaning of it. Everything you have to remember when you are seeing this. Many phrases, many gods, their iconological details, identification of details, all you will find here. This is again a reincarnation of Lord Vishnu, Varaha Avatar, where he has saved Mother Earth. You are seeing it. Here you are seeing God Vishnu with his weapons in hand, which identifies him with Lakshmi. So, Lakshmi Vishnu. Here you are seeing Lord Krishna. If you are seeing Basari, that is a flute, has to be Krishna. Here what you appreciate, this is made of the stone. So even the robes they are preparing out of the stone. Is it not wonderful with the primitive weapons? This is another side door, but look at the way they have decorated even a side door. So nicely decorated. Some of the side doors has got a small shrines. Beautiful carved. Still we are in the middle row. First we completed the lower row. Now we are completing the middle row, which is covering mainly deities and Vishnu avatars. We have seen Varaha. Here we are seeing Narasimha. Now Narasimha, again there are a lot of forms of it. You can see Ugra Narasimha. You can see meditating Narasimha. So they are also important. Now see here, the war techniques you have to understand, how the wars were taking place. The chariot you can see, then how the people are doing war. See the ornation, imaginary animal. Then again some musicians along with Lord Vishnu, God Vishnu. You look at the pillar decoration. Look at the pillars, how nicely they are decorated. They make sometimes square, they make sometimes the hexagonal, and most important thing, they had developed their own style, which was never there before, and which was copied after them by many, many people. So this is the second row approximately. The first we have seen around 6 to 8 feet, which had animals mainly, then birds. Now this is the patta or the stripe, which has got mainly the deities and certain scenes from the myths, that is the Puranas, Bhagavad Puranas, Vishnu Puranas and all that thing. Absolutely fascinating, absolutely mind-blowing, absolutely beautiful. You spend some time in observing this and then you'll agree with me with one word: never seen before. Look at the pillars, the decoration of ceiling. We have given it in separate chapter. The ceilings of the temple, so many designs, so many ways it has reflected. Just cannot imagine. Beautiful, just beautiful. If you see a musician playing with a dolki, what they call, not drum, but sort of like that, you'll see the ropes of it clearly. Ropes of them clearly. That is a power, that is a skill, and that is the way the sculpture has converted it. Never seen before in the world before this era. So that's why many people call this as superhuman. Or they had certain equipment with them by which they can do like this. Lot of common man, musicians, dances. That is all cultural activities. This is, we are slightly at lower patta. Lower down you will see these phrases. Upper down are most of them by the gods, deities. Especially those who want to study iconology, this is a mind-blowing for them. Whatever they are having in mind, all they'll see here. One of the video we have prepared is on the museum, that is the artifacts they found in these areas, and they will give you such a beautiful idea about the iconology. You must visit our channel for that. You must see that particular video. This is our attempt to give you three-dimensional idea about how the temples are. The phrases look same, but they are from different wall. We are moving around the temple. It is circumambulatory path, so we are making a full rotation so that you can have all the wall, all the decoration. We are trying to see that not even a single one will be left behind. Sometimes with the angle and all that thing, it might look a repetition, but at actuals they are required because every frame has got different things included. Now this is the Vaman avatar, another interesting thing. Raja Bali and Lord Vishnu, God Vishnu and Vaman Avatara. Vaman Avatara is carved at many places, even at Pattalakal or Aihori. They have carved it. This is all scenes of battle, Mahabharata, Ramayana. They are carved. This is just for those who has missed the earlier or skipped the earlier and come directly over here. This is Ganapati, what you are saying. He is a son of Shiva Parvati. Now you can see here Chakravyuha, then scenes from the Mahabharatas are many, including scene of a Chakravyuha. Here the beauty of pillar is also to be appreciated. Look at the ropes of the instrument. I give you detail. Here you have to appreciate the position of hand. Look at the position of hand, even nails, everything is so clearly seen. And the spaces, how they are carved. You can see the spaces in between. This is still close up to give you an excellent idea how difficult it would have been to carve. Not only the thick ornation, but also the skill of carving in the spaces, leave the gaps to make it a three-dimensional picture. This is Ugra Narasimha. Looking at the face itself, you can make out. And here you are seeing Shiva in Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, Trimurti. So different deities in different form, different iconological presentations, everything you will see here. Now you are seeing here Kumbhakarna sleeping and people trying to wake him. That is from the if you see bow and arrow, you can know what is the skill of a sculpture. Look at this, never seen before. And you will never see in other places also, so intricately carved. And please note, this is 800 years old. This is Parvati killing buffalo domain, Ugra Narasimha. So all the deities, gods coming to rescue of human by killing the demons. Look at the details of the sculpture. Varaha avatar. There are a lot of zigzag. So when you have to photograph them, certain part of the earlier photograph will also get projected. Can you see the helmet? So there are helmets, there are binoculars, that is durbin, what you call as a telescope. When you see so many cows, it has to be Lord Krishna. And see, he is lifting a mountain. That is Govardhan. Look at the cows, they have come to the shelter. His friends have come to the shelter. And he has lifted the mountain to give them the protection. We are seeing here again Goddess Parvati killing demon in buffalo, and also Ugra Narasimha. The basic message it gives is all the demons, all the powers which try to harm the human beings are killed by the gods. So whether it is by taking certain forms, like maybe like Narasimha, or maybe by Goddess Parvati for killing the demon in buffalo. So these are the different form in which the demons were existing, but in spite of that, the gods saves us by killing them. So this is a take-home message from all these images, that there is always our protection done by the God. So here we are seeing another few carvings. Now we are taking a circumambulatory path around the temple. So we are coming almost to the 3/4. Now last 1/4 we will be covering here. You may find that repetitions are of the images, but our duty is to show you each and every corner of it. We cannot miss any. So when we are taking a circumambulatory path, we have videographed them, we have photographed them, and we have made 2 different videos. One is by the photograph, one is by video. Now why 2? In videos we can have a better idea about the overall effect, but individual thing it is difficult to appreciate in video. For that we have made a photographic presentation also, so that in photograph you can appreciate each and every corner. And see, basically the temple has got zigzag constructions. So each and every part which is inside needs to be photographed, and in that there has to be certain overlappings comes from the side, but it is our duty to show you all things. Now here Mount Govardhan lifted by Sri Krishna, and the cows being protected by him. Here if you see a flute, that is the basura played by Sri Krishna, you will find lot of attractions. You will find that even cattle are getting around him, his friends are coming around him, and even the animals in the forest, everybody gathers around him. It was such a sweet and such a nice tune. Now here we are seeing a war. In that, as I told you, that even when one arrow is fired, it gets converted into multiple arrows. And this technique is something absolutely different what they had. That is, by one arrow, how to get it divided into multiple. You will see here missiles, you will see here helmets, you will see here a person sitting on the elephant and watching through a telescope. Now the important thing is, it is more than 800 years old. So who were knowing the telescope before Galileo? I'll leave answer to you. but these sculptures demonstrates it. The lions were considered as a bravery, so they were symbolizing bravery, and elephant as a strength. So lowermost is always a Gajapatti, where you will see elephants, and it is presumed that full this temple is shouldered by them. They are taking weight of this temple, and also that shows a prosperity. Musicians, dancers, these all are the local events which are taking place. Look at these hairstyles. What we believe is the modern hairstyles are something different. But if you really carefully see these, there are a lot of hairstyles which are common nowadays. Beautiful hairstyles. And all different hairstyles you will find over here. The hairstyles, ornation, ornaments, the designs they have exploded here, they have showed here, are just mind-blowing. These are the scenes of war. Now, this is something interesting. You can see Trimurti, that is Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. Now, how the Brahmadev is in iconology shown is with a beard. Now, you see here the Brahmadev, but it is here three Dev. That is Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh. The one who has created, that is generated, one who is operating, and who is destroyer. God, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, all three are designated here, symbolized here. Look at that. In so nice ways. So nice way to teach. This was an encyclopedia. Temples were encyclopedia. This was the only way to transfer the knowledge. Some war scenes. Some war techniques. We are more and more going towards a completion. Look at these phrases. This is just demonstrating from outside how we have taken up photographs and how much it was difficult to photograph, because this is zigzag and the Jagati is a star shaped. So on that, if you have to take the photographs, you have to have real skill, because light may not be favorable at all the time, number one, and number two, you will have a lot of overlappings, so that you will have to accept that there are a lot of overlappings. Now this is the last uppermost layer where there are Madanikas. These are the sculptures of beautiful ladies with a different poses, and they are usually the last phase, the uppermost one. We have got a total exclusive video on these Madanikas. When we think of two, Vellore and Halebidu, both have got beauties. Both have got beauties. Lot of things are similar to each other, and really it is difficult to know which one is better, because both have got beautiful things. These beautiful ornations, so any goldsmith can make use of them to make beautiful designs. Lot of different type of garlands. Look at these carvings. Just mind-blowing how they must have made it. But one thing also we can appreciate here, they all are not made at same time. So skill is different of different artists, but all of them together makes a glory. Here you can get lot of designs for your ornaments. So nothing is latest or fashionable. Things are going on since traditions many years. Look at the person sitting on the elephant, what is in his hand? What is looking? Got it? It's a telescope. So we have seen helmets, we have seen telescopes, we have seen ornaments, We are seeing war scenes. We are seeing all deities in their all iconic forms. We are seeing different animals. We are seeing some imaginary animals like a combination of crocodile and elephant. We are seeing multiple images of the common man, cultural movements, cultural programs like dances, then instrumentation. These are the war scenes. The temple also shows some exotic carvings, but they are not more in number. They are in a corner and they are also not significant. With that, we are coming to end of this lecture. I have extensively covered extrinsic appearances of Hoyasala temple, Halebidu. I hope you have liked it. If you are liked, give us a like. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe us. Thank you, goodbye, and this is Dr. Anil Joshi. Logs off till we meet next time. Thank you, goodbye, and take care.